morning, everybody. This is Gaming Mommy 8 here, and we are going to be going over today how to set up a basic overlay for a specific video game. You can do something similar, skipping one of the steps, and it can be a general for any game you want kind of thing. I like to make sure I'm not covering anything up for the specific games that I'm playing, so each of my games has a slightly different scene. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing today. I like using stream elements for a couple of reasons, but the big one is that I can drop multiple things on an overlay and only have one browser source in my OBS, and it saves a lot of resources on the computer itself because you don't have a million sources being utilized at the same time in your program. So if you have a single PC budget build streaming setup like I do, it really comes in handy, you guys. If you have money to drop on, you know, 2 PC, thousands of dollars kind of setup, then I mean, I still like it just because it's easy and simple to do, but I mean, it really helps when you've got a lower end kind of rig going on. And let's be honest, most of us starting out and don't have that kind of money, so this is going to come in handy for you. Now, first thing we're going to do, we're going to jump over to Gleam Level. If you haven't checked him out, you really need to. He's a great YouTuber. He's an entertaining Twitch streamer, and his YouTube channel is pretty much all about how to grow on Twitch, how to do things in a budget-friendly way. He's a super creative guy. He's got some great ideas. He's got some DIYs for, like, your own at-home alternative to an Elgato key light, and your own Stream Deck alternative, and he's really, really great. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. So, the other thing he does is he actually has a bit of a background in graphic design. So, he drops a bunch of this stuff for you guys. I mean, look at this. Free, $5 free. These are like Stream Deck icons. You can also use them for things like Touch Portal, and what's the other, Leorn board, and you know, what's it, Deck something or other. I mean, yeah, these are great, guys. $0, and these aren't all overlays. This is a stinger transition. Here you've got YouTube banner template. You know, here we go. $0, $10, $0, $0, $5, $0. I mean, and look at these. These are stinger transitions. 117 stinger transitions for $5, guys. Come on. If you can't afford this, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, geez. You can't afford free? There's something wrong with you. But alright. So, you are probably going to have to click a nice little button that says load more. But as you can see, he's got all kinds of stuff. And I love it. Also, he pretty much in every one of his packs, he will give you even the free ones, right? He'll list what he has, and there's almost always a blank description panel that he gives you so that you can add your own, and he'll tell you what text he's using. Font use. You can download the custom font and add your own stuff to it. It's amazing. I really like it. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna grab, where's a nice free one? Here we go. Wolf free overlay right there. So I'm gonna grab it. You can pay more than $0. It says name a fair price. I've bought a bunch of his stuff, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this one for free. I don't feel super bad about it. We're gonna go to checkout. It's gonna ask for your email address. There we go. View content. Now, if you're doing this for you, you're probably gonna go download all. So you're gonna go download as a zip. save file, say okay. I have WinRAR to open this. I can drop a link for that down below as well. It's a free, it's a free program. It's gonna tell you after a while you need to pay for it. Just click the little X in the top corner like I'll show you, and for some reason it never closes you out of the program. It's been that way for years. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and open it. This is the, see it says, please purchase a WinRAR license, buy online, how to buy, close help. I just go, and it never locks you out of the program. I don't know what's up with that. It's been doing this since I was like 12 years old, so I don't think they're going to fix it anytime soon. I'm going to go ahead and extract to, I have a folder on my desktop for YouTube tutorial stuff. Here we go. Okay. It's extracted to that file. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over here to Stream Elements. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go down to My Overlays. Now, don't forget, you guys, this is if you're starting from scratch or if you already have something set up. You can check out the Themes Gallery, and they have free stuff too. Some of the design is a little bit outdated and clunky. A lot of people are going with really clean stuff right now, but I mean, it's not horrible, some of these things. So there you go. Check that out too. But you're probably going to want to know how to alter them and stuff like that. So here we are. So create new overlay, because we don't have any yet. We're going to go with 1080p. You can select any resolution that you want. Personally, I like to stick with 1080p, and then in the settings on OBS, you can set it so that your template, what your preview is 1080p, and then what you put out can be scaled down to a smaller scale. I stream at 720p because some people don't have great internet access and they can't load 1080p without buffering all the time. So really, unless you're a Twitch partner with the transcoding options, not a great idea to stream that high quality. Definitely not 4K, but you can still set everything up in 1080p because it's a pretty standard size. So we're going to go ahead and click Start. This whole area here with the little button background looks like a pegboard. This is your canvas to work with. This more solid area back here, this is just kind of a backdrop. Okay? You're not going to do, nothing on here is going to show up. So you have your basic, you can mute your audio. So if you're emulating follower events all the time and you don't want to keep listening to broom, broom, broom over and over again, just go ahead and mute it. No big deal. Here's the snapping on and off. I like to keep it off. This will basically, you know, snap to grid, so snap to the edges, that kind of thing. Here we have fit to screen, reset zoom. You can zoom in, zoom out. You have redo, undo, and like say, here's all your emulations for testing alerts and things like that. Also, up here, you can drag this anywhere you want it to be. If it's in your way, get it out of your way. You know, you're doing something down here, move it up there. You're doing something up here, move it down here. No big deal. Now, because we are going to be doing this for a specific game, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to static image, right? Click set image over here. We don't have anything to pick from, so we're automatically in this upload tab. I'm going to click here and it's going to take me to basically just somewhere to your standard find a file thing, right? So I'm going to go, I think it's in pictures somewhere. I have, here we go, Spyro. Open. Alright, this is what we're going to use. It looks like I didn't crop this very well. There's some of my second screen on the edge there. So there we go. Let me just fix that. And then we're going to upload. It's uploading. And here it is in images. Okay? Or all files. One or the other. Now we're just going to go ahead and click submit. And here it is. We're going to drag it to fill out the whole screen. No big deal. It looks like there's still like 2 or 3 pixels of blue over here from the second screen, but that's okay. No, that's not going to make that big of a difference. Now we want to get started with some of our basic stuff. So if we go over here to alerts, here we have our alert box. Most people like to center it either on the top or in the middle here. However you want to do it. It really depends on the graphic that you're using, I think. And you have your basic stuff here. Follower, subscriber, tip, cheer, host, raid, purchase alert. Now, the tip alert is, most people call it donations. There's kind of like almost a counterculture to calling it donations, for the simple fact of the matter that some people think that the terminology donation should be reserved specifically for charity organizations. So they like to use the term tip instead of donate. That's completely up to you. But some people advise against using the term tip because most people are familiar with the idea of donating. So they get a little confused. That's completely up to you. I'm not getting into the nitty-gritty of all of that stuff. So your basic alert box has all of these alerts. If we go here to emulate follower event, there you go. With the sound on, we can do it again. It does stick around for a little bit, but that's when you're not previewing stuff. When you're not in a hurry, that's great. Plop. You hear that? You know, there you go. And like I say, they have subscriber. I mean, they're different. They're different looking little badges. They're not that bad looking. They actually look pretty good. As soon as that one's over, here we have the tip. Who donates 1K? We'll say like 100. There you go. So you have, I mean, they're pretty decent events. Host for 10, and then we'll do a raid with 10, and then I don't think item redemption is on here. Purchase alert. What is that? That's not a merch event. What is a purchase alert? Let's look at the settings here. Oh yeah, that is a, okay, so that is a merch event. Let's see what that pops up with. There's hosting. And then is that it? Yeah, the purchase alert doesn't do anything. I don't know why that's even listed here, because that's actually a separate widget. So maybe a mistake on their part. Anyway, the next thing that I'm going to do is that purchase alert we were just talking about. So if I get rid of the settings here and I want to expand out my layers. So here's my layers. Here's image one. This would be the background image, or not the back. I'm going to say the game image. And then we have the alert box. I don't know why it named it 2. We'll just alert box. Okay. And then one thing I'm going to do, you see here, you have toggle visibility on and off, and you have lock layers. So I'm going to lock this layer so I don't accidentally move the background around. And then when we're all done, we're just going to make it invisible like this. And when it's really transparent like that, that means that you won't see it in the, I mean, you could leave it like that and still work around it because you can still see it. And, so this is all transparent. Now the next thing I'm going to do, a lot of people like to have these little goal bars down on the bottom or on the top somewhere. So let's go ahead and we're going to do a tip goal, right? So your tip goal, let's say we're trying to get a new camera. All right. Let's see. So it would be anywhere, non-COVID prices here would be anywhere between, say, $50 for the what is it, the Logitech C920, which I believe I have here, or like the Logitech Brie would be what, $100, something like that. So we'll stick with the mid-range $100. And we'll go ahead, we'll put it up here. Now you can mess with this. If you look here in the middle here, you can see the C% completion, which for $100 is kind of stupid because it's the same thing. It would just repeat itself. You can do the condensed, which I like. You can do the simple, which most people like the visual of having a bar because it encourages people to donate. So I'm going to go ahead and do condensed so you can see everything. All right. Now, let's say, and you could do the same thing with, say you have bits. You want your goal to be, you want to be able to get a payout. So, you know, 10,000 bits. And say, what's about $100? I don't know. Say you found a light kit for $100. I'm not sure what they're going for right now. I'm going to go ahead and use the condensed one, and maybe we put that one at the bottom. Okay? Okay, good. Now we can mess with the colors. I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick with that here in a little bit, just to make sure that it matches all of our theme colors and everything like that. So that's pretty much all that I'm going to have on here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click on this, and usually, here we go, under position, size, and style, I'm going to click center widget, and then I'm just going to, from top, I'm gonna, well here, from left is 610 pixels, so we'll go down here. It's easier to use your mouse here. That's about the height that I wanted at, and then this here was at 610 pixels, and now it's perfectly centered there. I'm gonna do the same thing here, 610 pixels, perfectly in the middle. Yay! That's exactly where we want it. Now, oh, we need to name this thing. I'm gonna name it Spyro Overlay, because apparently that's the game that I had a screenshot of, so that's what we're doing this overlay for today. Don't forget to save your work. Now there's a reason that you're not seeing anything else on here, and that reason is because pretty much the only other thing that's gonna have color from our overlay is gonna be our cam border, which we want separate from the gameplay because we want to be able to sandwich our webcam between the camera border and the gameplay. You don't have to, it's just easier to fit your webcam in there that way. I mean, we could do it. You want to do it? We'll do it real quick. Let's go static image, set image. We're gonna upload. This was desktop and YouTube tutorial stuff. It's an avatar camera overlay. Okay. We'll go open. We'll upload it. Submit it. And then we don't want it to be on top of anything, so say we'll put it like right in here. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Set image. Why is the bottom cut off? There we go, that's better. Alright. So we got that the right size. And then, I mean, this is a nice square, so we could nest our camera in there if we wanted to. And that's pretty much all I'm gonna do there on this one just right now. I am gonna steal a widget from a guy called Harris Heller. He has a Discord server, which you can find linked under pretty much all of his videos, and I will leave a link to his YouTube channel down in the description. If you scroll all the way down to design and sounds, he gives away stuff for free all the time. Now what I'm looking for here is right here. He's got this long list for Twitch, for used to be Mixer, and for YouTube. He calls it his rotating feed version 2. So if we click on this and you're logged into Stream Elements, it automatically says successfully shared overlay. And here we have Alpha Rotating Feed version 2.2. I love this thing because it's so clean. So we're going to go to Edit. Here's our overlay. We don't have anything, nobody's donated or anything yet, but so it's just going to show zeros right now. No big deal. As soon as that stuff starts happening, it'll start auto-populating for you. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this layer, and I'm going to click Duplicate. I'm going to click Other Overlays, and then we're going to go Spyro Overlay. Now, if you're like me, and you have tons of different overlays, sometimes the first or second most recently added or edited overlay isn't going to show up in this list. All you have to do is mess with some other overlays, just kind of move some stuff around, put it right back where it was, click save, and move those overlays down in the list, and then they'll show up right here. I don't know, it's a weird thing with Stream Elements. So I'm going to click submit, and then if we go back over here to layers, you know what, I don't know that it would have saved it because I had this open in another tab, so let's go ahead and exit out of that and do that again. So we're going to go duplicate to other overlay, Spyro overlay, submit. There we go. It should be duplicated now. It might be duplicated twice because it is duplicated twice. So we're just going to go ahead and click the trash can button there with one of them highlighted. Here's the other one right here. I'm going to go ahead and shrink it down to about where I want to see it. Let's see. I like to put it underneath my camera. There we go. Now, sometimes you're going to need to mess with the size of this. So if we go into, we've got this selected here. We're going to go into settings, text options. You can mess with the accent colors and the font size. I'm going to go ahead and set the font size to 20. And then if I come down here to icon options, I'm going to set this to 30. And you can see it gets a little bit small. That's actually a little too small for this overlay. We'll say 40 and 30 here, just because I like the icon to be a little bit bigger than the actual text. That looks really clean. The other way we can do this is we can have a whole other separate overlay for just this camera bit, and then when you're cropping your webcam, you don't have to be quite so precise with where it's placed. But just for simplicity's sake, for now, we'll do this, and then I'll show you. I mean, you just create a new, we'll do it right now. We'll go save, make sure we don't lose anything. And we'll go back out. I'm going to go create blank overlay. Now I'm going to do, when I do a webcam thing like this, I go to custom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up in my folders here. Whoops. Clicking on the wrong stuff. Here we go. I'm going to pull it up in my folder for his desktop, YouTube tutorial stuff, and then I'm going to go to my camera overlay, properties, we go to details, we get, it's 896 by 640, okay? So we're going to go 896 by 640, just to make things super easy. I'm going to add a static image. We're going to set the image. We already have it uploaded. You know how to upload things. And then we're just going to click it out, click and drag like this. I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller because I want room to add that rotating metric underneath it. I'm going to click save. Save the overlay name, cam overlay. Okay. Now we're going to go back and we're going to do the same duplication process with this rotating feed. Duplicate this layer to other overlays. We're going to go cam overlay, submit. Now we go back. We go to cam overlay. And here it is right here. Now I can drag this so that I can see the whole gosh darn thing. Go like that. And I mean, it looks good here. Like I say, I like the actual text to be a little bit smaller than the icon. Let's see, the icon is set at 80, so we'll put the text at 70. Not a huge difference, maybe 65. There we go. I like it that way. Okay? No big deal. And then it's just right here. We're going to leave this box big because if people have long names, we don't want it to overflow and not be seen. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and save that and go back. Now we're going to mess with our OBS. So I'm going to pull up OBS. Hi, that's me. We're going to go ahead. We're going to create a new thing. We're going to call it Spyro Gameplay and ignore everything else over here. That's all my stuff. Okay, here we go. We're on Spyro Gameplay. You can see my screen and how I'm doing stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go back over here. If we go Spyro Overlay, we click this little ... thing here. It says copy URL. We're going to click on that. We're going to go back to OBS. And we're going to click this little plus sign. We're going to go browser. So we're adding a browser source. And I'm going to call it Spyro Game Overlay. Okay. Now you see this is the default kind of, you've added a browser source, right? Right here we're going to go paste because we copied that URL, stream elements overlay, blah, 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 blah. And then we're doing a 1080p. So 1920 by 1080. That's not right. 1080. And okay, there we go. There's our overlay. We have our little donation bars. We have our rotating metric here. Oh, here's what we forgot to do. I forgot to go back and mess with I'm gonna open up Paint because everybody has Paint, right? We are going to, where's my cursor? Here we go. We're going to open our desktop, YouTube tutorial stuff. Here's our cam overlay. Right, so here I'm going to go tools. This is a color pick thing, right? So if we go color, edit colors. Here we go. We should be able to, here we go. I want to pick, say, this green. Whoop. Yeah, color picker. Green, right? Now if I go edit colors, it's got this color. It's got my hue, my saturation. We've got the red, green, blue, all of these kinds of things here. Red, green, blue are the numbers we're looking for. So if we go back to our Spyro overlay, we can mess with the colors on these guys here. So our tip goal, we go settings, you see our colors. So this is our background, and this is our fill color for when we start filling up our progression bar. So the first one I'm going to want to use is actually probably this background color here, this kind of grayish color. And I'm going to go edit colors. It says 37, 37, 37. That's really easy to remember. So, right here in this background color, we have right here 37, 37, 37. Let's change the background color. I'm going to do that on both of these. $37, $37, $37. All right. Now, if you click on this little orb, you can, or little circle, it's not three-dimensional. You can also use a hexadecimal color or this HSL color, which I'm not familiar with how that one works. But sometimes when you use the color picker in things like Photoshop or GIMP, it'll give you the hexadecimal color, and this is where that goes. Okay, you can just click right in here and mess with it. And it looks like it's actually, oh, that's 25, yeah, so it's a little bit different. Now, the other color that we want is this nice green color. So if we go back down here, we're gonna go ahead and color pick this green color. We're gonna go edit colors, and we have 15, 223, and 227. So we're gonna go back to Spyro. We have 15, what was it, 220, 227? And what was the last number again? Oh, 223 and 227. 223 and 227. Okay, so that's our, that looks kind of bluish, doesn't it? Did I do that right? 15, 223, oh, 127. My bad. I thought it looked a little... 127, that's better. Alright, so now, I don't want to memorize those again, because they're not all the same number, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy, and then on this guy up here, I'm going to go... Oop. Paste. There we go. Now our fill colors match, or now our progression bar colors match our webcam, which is perfect. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to go on this rotating feed metric under text options. We're just going to change this guy to the same green color. So that was the RGB color, right? And we're going to go paste and select. And now everything matches. I love it. Personally, big fan. So you got a nice clean way of displaying who our followers, our subs, our I mean everything. We got, this is what? This is subscriber, latest cheer, latest follower, latest, oh, they give you extras. Latest follower, latest cheer, latest subscriber. They got, you know, and it's just gonna rotate in and out. That's great. That's wonderful. And really super simple. So now we're gonna go over here to our OBS, right? Oh, forgot the basics. Click save. Now we're gonna go over here to our OBS. And everything has updated. As you can see, this is green. These guys are a dark gray. It matches with our camera overlay. Now, we're going to go ahead. We're going to add a video capture device. I already have the webcam over here. Boom, there we are. And we're going to shrink us down. Now, we're going to kind of center here as much as we can in this webcam, and then we're going to click Alt on the keyboard and drag the edges over until it matches up with the edges of the webcam. Now this can be a little bit finicky on like where precisely you want to put it. That doesn't look too bad. It looks like I'm covering some of it up over here. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. The other easier option would be if I went ahead and, say, made this right here. Let's just make this invisible so you can't see these guys, right? We're going to save that, and then we're going to go back to the cam overlay. We're going to copy that URL, come down into our OBS, and add a browser source, SpyroCam overlay. And I'm only calling it SpyroCam overlay because I already have a cam overlay. I would usually just call it cam overlay, but because I need to differentiate it from what I already have, here we go. Now we're gonna copy and we're gonna paste that URL, and it was a weird size if I recall correctly. So we're gonna come down here, we're gonna go properties, and 896 by 640 is where we're at. So 896 by 640. Okay. And there we are. Oh, we didn't change the color on that one, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and put this. And then it's really, really easy to my camera. Now the thing is with my webcam, it just has to be somewhere within this graphic. Somewhere within these borders is where the webcam stops. So it really, it really does not have to be super precise. Maybe we should lock this overlay in so that we're not messing with it. And we'll, you know what, we'll lock in the webcam border too. Or not the webcam, the Spyro. Here we go. And we'll click Alt, hold the Alt button, and just kind of, like I say, it just has to be within the graphic somewhere. And then as long as the cam overlay is placed on top of the webcam, it looks nice and clean. That's personally how I like to do it. You don't have to do it that way. You can have it all one source if that's how you want to do it. That's how we originally did it. But just for ease of use, you don't have to be super precise with where the edges of your webcam are when you do it this way. So there you go. I mean, that's your basic setup for how you want to do these things. Oh, one thing we did forget, which is not super hard. If you have merch, which I can do a whole other video on, is really simple. Go ahead and add a merch alert. Let's see here. It labels subscribers, business engagement. Here we where's it? Alert, merchandise alert box. Boom. Just gonna put it right in the same spot as my normal alert box. And then if somebody buys your merch, boom. And you can edit this text the same as you do with the other one, so it's a different color if you would like. Go settings. In the settings here, you go text settings, and see, that's the white bit. Here we go, highlight blue, and then we can make it, what was this color again? Go here, this color right here. Copy, the merch alert. Go in your settings here. Go text settings. Scroll all the way down. Right there. That's what we want, right? And now when we do a merch event, it matches the rest of the overlay. Ta-da! Super easy. Not hard to do. Don't forget to save your work. And that's pretty much all there is to it, you guys. I'm gonna, again, as for the links that I'm gonna leave down below, we've got Gleam Level's YouTube, Gleam Level's store. We've got, I'm gonna link Alpha Gaming, which is Harris Heller's channel, where I'm not comfortable linking his personal, well, not personal, but his Discord channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link you to his YouTube, and under pretty much every video that he has, he links his Discord channel. So, or his Discord server. So, not super hard to find. He gives away all kinds of free stuff. Again, if you're a Twitch streamer, if you're just starting out, you need to watch his channel. He is an amazing guy who has made a living with YouTube and social media, Twitch type stuff for a long time now. So he's super experienced. He has a lot to say, and you should really listen to it. Let's see, what else do I've got? I used Paint. Pretty much everybody has that. If you have like an Apple PC an Apple computer that you're using and you don't have access to Paint, you probably have some kind of alternative. I'm not an Apple person. I don't know. The other program that I use is GIMP. I could potentially leave a link for that, but I don't know if it works for Apple. I'm pretty sure you've got to have an alternative, because Apple is like an artsy people kind of computer setup anyway. So yeah, Gleam Level, his YouTube and his store, and Alpha Gaming, and I'm sure that I can come up with a couple other links, so just check out the links down below, and I'm sure that there'll be something there that can help you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget that I do stream on Twitch. We do various games. Right now I'm pretty obsessed with Don't Starve Together. We do a little bit of Minecraft here and there. I'm gonna be picking up probably some casual Spyro gameplay. Looking forward to maybe playing some Dishonored 2, you know, all that kind of stuff. So hope to see you guys around. Love your faces, everybody. Goodbye.